Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Professor Claudia Rinaldi, and I'm the director of the Pathways to Diversity program here at LaSalle University. And today I have three students with us, two who are education majors and one who is a fashion design major. So we're going to meet Brianna, Karina, and Carrie today. And our topic for today would be what it's like to live on campus and off campus. Since we've been going through the pandemic, we've had both experiences as they have been taking their courses, and some live on campus and some still live at home. So they'll be able to share those different experiences and maybe how they got to make the decision of whether to stay or come back, and how that has helped maybe financially. So I'd love to introduce each of you first. So tell us your name and a little bit about you, maybe something interesting, or where you hope to be when you finish your college degree. So let's do that. What do you hope to be? What job do you want to have when you finish your college degree? So Brianna, I'll let you start.
Okay, hello guys, I'm Brianna. I am a sophomore here at LaSalle University, and I am a member of the Pathways to Diversity program. And I live here on campus. And so, what do I hope to be when I graduate? I hope that I will be in a classroom with my students, teaching them about just teaching them. Yeah, that's what I hope to do in a few years.
Wonderful. Carrie, you're in fashion design, so it's a little bit different. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us where you hope your role to be when you finish college? And
Um,
maybe what year you're into. Brianna is a junior now.
Sophomore.
Sophomore. Sophomore? Really? It sounds like a junior. Okay, Carrie.
Yeah, so I'm in fashion design and I'm a junior. And something I hope to do when coming out of college is to make wedding dresses. I really love making couture and avant-garde garments. So I hope to be in a couture house or something.
That sounds really, really exciting. Excellent. Karina, go ahead.
Hi everyone. I'm a sophomore, and the role I want after college would definitely be a teacher, same as Brianna, teaching little kids, definitely like elementary level and maybe lower.
Wonderful. Good. So today's topic is living on and off campus. So who would like to start, kind of share, maybe how you made the decision? Maybe you didn't have an option because you lived too far away, but maybe what were some of the decisions that went into making those choices?
Okay, I'll go first. I live on campus, and I made this decision because I could not commute because I lived on an island. So that would be at least a 4 hour to 5 hour commute every single day. So that was the best choice for me. And I am glad that I did that because I have managed to settle down here, make friends, and just be happy.
Good, great. And is that your bedroom, your dorm room behind you?
Yeah, this is my dorm room. It's a bit messy. I don't want to show you guys around. I wish I had cleaned up before, but I was too busy.
That's good. That's good. It looks really nice from here. So you do get a dorm room with some desk and a fridge and a little mini oven probably you brought in. So you could do a little bit of eating on campus, but also if you were tired of that and want to change of pace, you could probably bring a care package from home and bring, heat it up in your own room. So that's great. Carrie, do you want to share about your trajectory over the 3 years living on and off campus?
Yeah. So the first 2 years, I was living on campus, and I like the experience of living on campus because you do make friends and you do come out of your comfort zone to try to communicate with other people other than people that look like you also. So that was cool. But then when the whole COVID thing happened, I had to go back home, which was commuting for me is not the most productive thing for me because like I have sisters and my family like we're really close, so like we were always talking and I was always getting distracted. So I rather live on campus because I get a lot more stuff done.
Yeah, so that is one thing to consider is the distractions at home and the distractions on campus. But at least on campus, you could close your door. At home, I know when I lived at home when I went to college, and it was like every 2 minutes my mom was calling me or my sister was calling me, and you have to kind of answer, right? So whereas if your friends come to your door and you want to ignore the knock, you can, right? So yeah, thanks for sharing that, Carrie. What about you, Karina? You've been living at home all this time, right?
Yeah, so first year I commuted, and then the pandemic went completely online, and then I stayed like that. I think there's definitely benefits for both sides. You just got to weigh out which one's going to work out best for you. I know for me, it helps that I'm completely online at home, but also working, and I have time to like do my own stuff because I'm not like on campus, so I could just after class do whatever I got to do at home. But also like living on campus also could be helpful if you know you're like the type of person, if you need to be in that environment to focus and get your work done, then I would suggest living on campus. But if you know like you're independent, you like to be alone, and you will get your work done regardless of where you are, then at home might be best for you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So there's a lot of distractions on both ends, but there are benefits for each. It's just kind of thinking about yourself and what kind of person you are. So that's wonderful. So for the time, because except for Brianna, Carrie, and Karina have at some point lived at home, what kind of changes did you do to your room to make sure that you could do your college work? So what was one thing you might have changed either in routine or in physical change in your bedroom or a place that you identified? What have you done to make it work? And I know we change that all the time, and I changed where I work in my home as well. So, but what are some strategies that you've used to do that?
I know.
You go. You can go.
Okay. I know for me, like right when the whole pandemic started, I used to like do work on my bed because before then I would do work at school and like in a school setting, or what should I say. But the thing I changed was getting a desk where I could do my work. And so like, cause on your bed, you'll get comfortable, might even fall asleep. But with the desk, it feels like you're at a school setting because you're like at a table doing your work surrounded by you rather than on the comforts of your bed, or like in a kitchen table where it might be like surrounded by like your family. It might be a little distracting.
Good. Yeah. So finding that isolated space, and sometimes you need distraction and sometimes you don't. Like sometimes I put music behind me when I'm working, and then some days I'm like, no, I can't have that. So kind of finding that space. And I agree with you, in the bed, it could get a little too comfortable. Although,
Yeah,
if you need to fall asleep and it's 3 a.m, then by all means use your bed, right? Okay, Brianna?
So for me, every semester, I have a calendar in my room where I write down my schedule and the times that the classes are at, just so that like when I'm walking out the door, I know what classes I have for each day. And it just grounds me and makes sure that I'm not trying to forget anything. I also have a copy of it on my phone so that I can access it whenever I need to. I also make sure that my desk is tidy and clean whenever I need to do anything like study or do homework, just so that it's not hectic and it won't make me get all frazzled.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't that funny how your brain works? If there's mess around, it's harder to concentrate, And yeah, I think your strategy of looking at your day in the morning before leaving or when you wake up is really great. Another strategy is to use your Remind app on your phone. And I think everybody has a Remind app of some sort, so that you don't forget to either attend a group study meeting or to schedule time for homework or attend a class, right? So I do that myself still. So, that Remind app is really good because you could get caught up in conversations with your family if you're at home, or sleeping, or even just out talking with your friends if you're on campus. Carrie, what about you? What has changed for you?
Well, You mean like when I was at home, what I had to do? Yeah. Okay. So, for me, I couldn't like pay attention in my bed setting. So I set up like my little area, downstairs in like my dining room. So I'd be focused because like just getting up to is kind of a motivation to like, and walk around is a motivation to do my work. So that's what I did to like get prepared to do what I had to do throughout the day.
Yeah, so it sounds like we're all kind of experiencing the same thing, finding that one place where you go, and maybe over the semester you kind of update that place to a different one to kind of have a change of space, but definitely like having that routine. And for high school students that are watching us in college, you don't have class from 8 to 2 every day, which is really nice, but that also means you have to be more independent. And so that's where finding that space and that schedule at the beginning of the day and scheduling homework time, it's actually really, really important. I'm going to change and do one last question for this session, which is, I think all of you at some point or another have to take an online class. What have you felt has been helpful in helping you concentrate through the length of an online class, if you've had to do it synchronously? Any advice for our high school students?
Definitely invest in a planner. Yeah, I know some teachers write down the dates that assignments are due in their syllabus. So always make sure you have a copy of the syllabus as well so that you can write down in your planner and stay on top of your assignments. Yeah.
Okay.
No, for me, a planner worked for some parts of it. So like for like the big assignments, like the projects, big essays, those kind of things, I wrote them in my planner. But a planner gives you only so much space, like, in the like every day, the little lines only give you so much to write. So I know for me recently, I've found this Notion app where you basically, it's a blank space and you create however works for you. And I have like a list of all my assignments that are coming up listed by the dates in the class. And so that makes me like, it gives me a clearer picture of when I need to do something, if I need to do it early because something else is also due that day. So I know that really worked for me, and I was able to build on the app, like what works for me best. So I know that really worked for me, like just having a list of all the assignments and the days that is due so I can plan ahead. Because if you don't, you'll get behind and it'll be hard to catch up.
Yeah, catching up is a real big issue if we let it slide, a little bit late. So what about you, Carrie? Anything that you've done different for the online teaching right now or the online classes?
Yes. So for me, a big thing was like getting behind. So I've tried to do a planner in the past and that really didn't work for me. So I decided to like put a whole like schedule on my closet, like with post-it notes. So I have it from 2 a.m. to 10, and I put like a whole bunch of post-its of like when stuff are due, the time I have classes, and from Monday to Saturday to Sunday.
So, and do you think that physical part of doing the post-its helped?
Yeah, so I have to write it down and I have to walk over there and put it up. So that always reminds me like what I have to do and what to do. Just the physical, I don't know, for me, like me being like physical and hands-on just helps me like remember.
Yeah, you are a fashion person, but actually there's a lot of research that tells us that if you write down, the act of writing encodes it into long-term memory and you can more easily access it. So it's interesting. And I saw you looking back. So is that wall near you that you could show us? Because that would be really exciting to see. And Brianna, do you have that schedule in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. That is fantastic. I love that. I love that.
This is just
That's great.
Paper.
Yep, there we go.
Well.
And she's even color coded. They're both color coded. Karina, do you have anything in your list?
A little board where I write in front of my desk.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So that space of your desk becomes really important because it's right in front of you when you're doing, or by the door, your closet, you have to see it every day, right? So here's what I have. I buy these notebooks this one is for lists. So this is all the things I have to do. And then I get more of a monthly calendar to kind of put, the things that I need to accomplish by the day. And sometimes when I go crazy, I even have like week ones that are going to allow me to put different things to do. So we all start working, trying out what works for you. So it helps you kind of keep everything in mind.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I'm sorry, Karina, you're going to say something?
I was just gonna say it's definitely like a trial and error to figure out what works for you, because what works for someone definitely might not work for you. So it's definitely just trying things out and seeing what works best with you and your schedule.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better. It is a trial and error, especially when you're in college, because in high school, the teachers help you a lot by either having stuff on Canvas or making you write it down in your notebook. And you're like, I hate writing it and I'm not going to look at it. But then once you're on your own, you kind of have to figure out your system. I remember when I was in college, which was a really long time ago, I got one of those planners that were by day. And it never worked for me, but the monthly look really worked for me. And it took me a little while to figure it out. And it's just, I think I needed to see it lots of times for it to become familiar for me. So definitely great advice today on, living on campus and off campus, but also kind of organizing your workspace to make sure that you are able to complete all your assignments. Is there any last comment you want to share, any of you? All right. Well, thank you to our mentor leaders from the Pathways to Diversity program in fashion and education today. If you wanted to talk to any of them, please email me at crinaldi.edu. I'm going to put it here in the chat and we will connect you with any of them. And we have more sessions coming, so please make sure that you check in with your advisor or your guidance counselor to see when the next one is. And thank you very much. Thank you, ladies, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.